It's no secret that Fortnite hasn't exactly been pleasing everyone as of late. And no, this isn't a video on the player count or whatever, despite what a lot of people will tell you, 800,000 players on a random Tuesday at 3 PM British time is not a low player count. Get over yourself. Instead, I'm going to be talking about just the low player sentiment with the game right now. I mean, people are so unhappy with the game that it's got Nick A30 playing Roblox. I didn't even know that was allowed. So today I thought I'd figure out exactly what the issue is. I sent out a community post on my channel asking my viewers what they would do to get Fortnite back on track. I got 1 or 2 responses, and in this video we're going to gather all of the community feedback together and air it out here in one big convoluted video with many differing opinions, and at the end of the day it doesn't really matter if Fortnite does anything in this video because they're changing something will upset anyone and changing another thing will upset someone else, so at the end of the day nobody will be happy. Cool. But first, did you know that not subscribing and using code BigCraigd in the Fortnite item shop is illegal? Did you also know that becoming a channel member for just $2.99 a month, like everyone on screen right now, and getting access to a myriad of exclusive members-only features will increase your chances of getting a girlfriend? Well, you do now! I wish rarities came back. Now, it's actually been a while since I've seen this argument. I'll come out and say it. I agree. It helps categorize things in a way that already makes sense in the game, and sure, it doesn't exactly work with instruments or jam tracks or whatever, but at the end of the day, they're on their way out anyway. Rarities just made the locker so much easier and more visually appealing, because before, all you had to remember was what color they were, and you were golden, it was fine. You could find anything. But now, you either need to remember the name when you bought it or when it released, and it's like, my man, I'm trying to find that one starter pack skin from 4 years ago, why have I got to remember its social security? If they want to keep chapters short, they should have an overall theme. Yes, this is a great idea. And I really thought they were actually going to start doing this, since Chapter 5 kind of had an underlying Greek theme for the first 2 seasons, and then Chapter 6 had a Japanese theme for about 20 minutes, and then they immediately Americanized the entire island. And yeah, I get that it's to make each season stand out and feel unique when compared against each other, but like, come on. What if in Chapter 6 Season 2's crime areas, they were more inspired by mega city-esque buildings? Or what if in Season 3 the superheroes weren't just people in normal clothes except for that one guy and the literal fucking lizard, and instead it was more anime-esque characters? And this is coming from the guy that doesn't really like anime-esque characters. I'm just trying to keep things on theme here. Next chapter looks like we're going to be getting a Norse theme, and I'm calling it now. It's going to be Norse for 2 seasons, and then we're going to have some goofy mini season that ruins everything. I'm calling it now. I would extend each chapter to 6 seasons. I don't really see the point in that. If Fortnite were going to end a chapter, they're going to end it in December, apart from that one time where they did in October. Making chapters 6 seasons long would leave us in like March or April, and they're not going to want to do that. My birthday's in March. Fortnite is scared I'd overshadow them. I see the point of wanting to make maps feel more unique and iconic, but at that point, just bring back biannual chapters. Don't do this goofy looking 1.5 year long chapter. Commit to their ideas and release modes when they're fully developed. Yep, I am in full agreement here. Ballistic is the biggest offender here, because what do you mean you released with 1 entire map? It's been 10 months since the mode launched, and they've only just textured their 2nd map. This isn't a knock on the Ballistic devs at all, by the way. Love those guys. The work they put out was amazing, and I fully believe that it was Epic that made them put out the mode before it was ready to reach the December deadline, and that they just let them go from there. I guess they just thought that slapping early access on it would just absolve them of any issues, but Fortnite, that's not how this works. Everything's fucking early access these days. If Ballistic was given just 1 more year, I bet it would have come out and actually had a bigger audience than it actually has. I'm not going to be unrealistic. I'm not going to say like 10k, 20k, like maybe like a consistent 8k maybe, because I can't lie, playing over and 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 over again on the same goddamn map was so boring. At least now with Hammerfall, it's a little more varied. Create a story that doesn't feel rushed. Yes, they need to actually start developing things, because oh my god, some of these recent story changes just aren't it. Characters will just randomly change and develop off screen, like Morgan Mist and Light Rider and Hope and Jones and Kendo, and that's not to say that old Fortnite didn't have these issues either. I mean, just look at Chapter 3 Season 2. The Origin spent the entire season hating on Paradigm, and then for absolutely no reason in the live event, he's a certified Paradigm Glazer. And I swear to God, if one of you in the comments go, "Oh, silly Craig, if you read the literature that released approximately a few months after the live event had already aired, you would know that the Origin came to trust Paradigm after she—" I'm going to have a conniption. Clean up the shop. Yep, hard agree. It's just an endless scrolling marathon at this point, and for someone who doesn't really care about most of the collabs that come to the game and mainly just want the battle ready section, this gets very annoying. Why do we have to scroll down like 5 times just to get to the Fortnite skins? What are we doing here? I wouldn't add all the new features at the beginning of the season. I think you'll find they don't really release all the features at the start unless it's a new chapter. Season 2 had all the exotics that were needlessly complicated to get. Season 3 had so many features released throughout the season, and Season 4 so far has had the roly-poly, Dystopia City, the weird nest in the train tunnel, the airstrike, and it's still getting the Power Rangers and Megazord stuff, so yeah, I kind of disagree here. Make reporting feel more considered. You know, I've never really reported anyone, so I can't really speak on this, so, yeah, Epic, do that. I like whenever new skins use the default models. Oh, well, lad, you have no idea what you've just unleashed. I love those. I'd say at least half of the skins I've bought have been remodels of already existing characters, mostly Jonesy. It makes the game feel like it's more consistent and has actual characters and themes, and it's great. Make more Jonesy skins. I think they need to remove the AI creative maps. There's going to be a lot of UEFN discourse today. I can feel it. I can smell it. I can feel it. I've got it. I've got the UEFN ball tingle. Have you guys got the ball tingle? I agree, though, Epic. You really can't be doing this. It says a bad precedent. Remove stuff from the game that doesn't serve a purpose, like Party Royale. Okay, is Party Royale hurting anyone? What benefit does the game get by removing that? I don't understand. It's not like it's taking up much server space. It's so out of the way that you need to solve some ancient riddle from the 1500s just to find it anyway. I don't understand why you'd even bother with that. Make Battle Royale have fun items that don't get nerfed into the ground because of sweats. Okay, so let's take a minute and list off the items that were nerfed directly because of sweats. Yeah. Just because Fortnite do something that you don't like does not mean that sweats are the culprit behind this. We go through this song and dance every season. Epic have these nerfs planned out beforehand. The Record Revolver double pump was a bug. That wasn't sweats, that was a genuine issue. If this is about the medallions, then maybe you have a point, but not because of the initial nerfs, but because of them being removed entirely from the game. The truth is that the majority of nerfs get planned out beforehand, and sweats have little to no bearing over loophole changes outside of ranked. And you know this is the case because the bloody Swarm Strike missile launcher can still kill you instantly for 200 damage. I'm not even a sweat and I've had to change game modes entirely just to avoid that thing. Jesus Christ. Promote high quality creative maps. They should do this because there have been many times I'm actually looking for good creative maps and I just can't find any in the sea of absolute engagement farming slop with that stupid fish. Also, just a bit off topic, can somebody explain to me why there's no single player filter on the goddamn Fingal? Can somebody explain to me why there's no single player filter on the goddamn filter page? Why can't I look for single player experiences in UEFN? What about adventure maps, or story maps, or live event maps? How am I supposed to find those? Bring back weekly challenge loading screens. They wouldn't work these days, I'm afraid. It was fine back then when they were only, like daily and weekly challenges, but now that we have Kickstarter challenges, milestone challenges, expertise quests, community quests, rank quests, and all that before we've even left Battle Royale. I want the originality of Fortnite and not collabs. I'm gonna have to agree on this one. I didn't really see this until Super Showdown, basically, but Fortnite have really been putting their own IP to the side for collabs, haven't they? It makes the game feel more corporate. How have we still not had a Jonesy skin this chapter? This is outrageous. I think this is part of a bigger issue that I'll need to discuss in its own video, but Fortnite has started to lose its way for me, and everything that I loved about Fortnite itself has kind of either been killed off or used as bait to keep me around, and I don't like it. Focus on PR or focus on the metaverse. The focus on both is causing both of them to be lackluster. Yes, hard agree, except they should just focus on their combat modes. I feel like they can manage Reload, Blitz, OG, and Ballistic enough. Sometimes. Change the UI back. I don't really have a problem with the UI until it comes to choosing a game mode, because what am I even looking at? I hate the Discovery UI so much because it lacks one of the most important parts of a user interface, that being consistency. Every time you open up the fucking menu, everything is laid out differently. Made by Epic is in a completely different postcode every time you open it. Your recently played is laid out weirdly, and for some reason OG isn't included in their BR section. It's always switching up and it's so annoying when all you want to do is play the Epic Games official modes. It's so, oh my god. And don't even get me started on the builds and zero build versions of game modes, because builds is usually easy enough to find, but to find no build you have to go on a genuine pilgrimage, and it's so annoying. Can we just make a section where everything the Epic makes is just in one place and it doesn't move and it's right at the top? Thank you. Add the big grey icon skin. All I'm gonna say, Tim, email me. Story quests are boring. They are very boring. I used to get so hyped up for these, like, yeah, we're gonna talk to an NPC and walk around the map and press an interact button and then walk around the map some more. Let's go. The difference between now and then? Back then we used to get voice lines. We don't anymore. Not usually. Whether it was Sloan giving us information on the war, the scientist jokes, the origins Britishness, Amy and Jones's dynamic, at least the story quest gave us something to look forward to when it came to the characters. Now it's very dull. It's text on a screen that's there for like 3 seconds and then disappears and is never seen again. It's not ideal. I haven't done my story quest since like chapter 6 started, I don't think. At least not consciously. It's so dull. This isn't a part of the script, I want to mention it, especially when all the story quests do is tell us information that we already bloody know. It's so annoying. Gee guys, the bugs really are annoying, huh? We gotta go stop them. Yeah, you've been telling us that for 7 weeks, man. Remove cosmetic exclusivity. Fortnite. All I'm saying is that you can take my waiting room idea completely for free. I just want 5% 5% of your annual profits. Big Epic Gamer Blaha Protector Stream Mod Discord mod over here has a whole 5-year plan to save the game, one of which involves putting me at the top of the ladder, which I can't help but agree with. Everything else is great, I agree with it to a degree. I'm not reading it out for you, you're not 5 anymore, read it yourself. Bots only mode. Yep, we should have a mode with bots only, a mode with bots and players, and a real players only. We were heading in the right direction with that, but they got rid of expert mode, and it's been weeks and it's still not back yet, so I don't even know what that's about. Without expert mode, I absolutely have no desire to play OG anymore. Fortnite will do anything to sabotage this mode, I swear to God. Engage more with the community. Agree, but also... I mean, with all the controversies that have happened around the community, you can kind of see why they haven't. A lot of the other stuff in the list was similar to stuff we've already touched on before, and some of the other stuff was like, I do this, but good, which isn't constructive at all. Anyone can say they do something, but make it actually good. What is the point in that? A lot of what I read down in the comments, and trust me, I read every comment, was about bringing back old rarities, more focus on Battle Royale, live events, and story, make Fortnite feel more like itself, which I'm just going to assume is for focus on less collabs, less focus on the metaverse and UFN and all that, and there was also a guy that wanted to make the Infinity Blade a chest item, so honestly I can understand why they don't listen to us. If I had to give my thoughts, I'm fine with most of what Fortnite is in the modern day. I wish they'd have more confidence in their own IP though. It feels like with every update, season, story thread, and event, it needs to have a collab tied to it, otherwise Fortnite will feel like it won't do well. I'm also really tired of the word metaverse at this point. It's really starting to annoy me how much Epic are promoting the Fortnite discovery system when all it is currently is predatory, and a lot of people who engage with it just want to make money off of it and will do so through scummy practices. Instead of trying to make UGC the future of Fortnite, I feel like they should instead be focusing on where multiplayer games are headed right now and trying to follow that. Look at what's done well recently. You've got Helldivers 2, Lethal Company, Marvel Rivals. All I'm saying is that Roblox is kind of the only game that's made the metaverse work, and I think that it kind of just stumbled into that. If you enjoyed today's video, then there'll be a funny card on the screen taking you to a video like this one, but better. Also, be sure to subscribe and use code BigCraigd in the Fortnite item shop. Okay, bye.